There we go. We are recording. Did everybody get my email from yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Yes. Now, if you want to keep that video, I'll leave it up for a month. But if you want to keep that video, download it to your desktop or to your computer, and then you can have it. I'll do the same with YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, but I will put it unlisted because it's a private workshop and for you guys, and send you that link later.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
But it'll be available for a while. Here's what I wanted to show you on the base, because I just had this question. See, I've got a little more contrast where I want you to look a little more, and it just shines it up. It makes it look like it's glass.
We don't see what you're looking at.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you said that.
Thanks, Debbie. I was way off.
Everybody else was just being polite.
Holler at me. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna minimize you guys. See how this has a little more contrast?
Yes.
That's gonna draw my eye.
Mhm.
So I've kept it all in this area right here.
Okay.
And does anybody else have any questions about yesterday? Here's
Thank you.
Nemo. I worked a little bit more on Nemo. Nemo's done primarily. I'm gonna put a little spatter in. I'm gonna fix a couple of little things, but basically I think it works pretty well. I've got a suggestion, but there it's stated.
I
Very
don't
nice.
know if my Nemo's done or not.
In focus, out of focus. Oh, look.
Every time I walk by it, I do something to it, so
Yeah,
should I pin myself?
it's working. I don't know why this stupid air screen's not working for these people here. Anyway, you can see this. Yeah,
Can you see mine?
so yeah, you won't be affected. You guys zooming won't be affected at all, but the monitor in here. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pin that just so I can see it. Hey, it's Nemo.
Very fantastical.
What I always like to do is the background is kind of all mid-tone.
Get
So
some
I would
darks in there.
here, if you can compare this to this. Let me share again. I like your rendering. I like your style, but I like
More
this.
dark.
See how I've got the background kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got the fish kind of coming out. This is lost back here, so he's moving.
Okay, I
So-
got it.
Yeah.
I have like plant leaves here, so I just do more of them.
Okay,
And my purple on the other side kind of went away when I used that granulation.
yeah,
Yeah.
that happens. Yes, it does.
okay.
Anyway.
And I never got to the leaves, so don't. So
Oh,
don't
okay.
ask me.
Okay, well, we got a fairly decent start on the leaves. Well, we'll go over those. So let me go back to this,
Remove again. There we go.
and I'll remove that. So now we're back to everybody. And let me go back and share my desktop. So you're seeing my whole desktop, I hope.
Yes,
Yeah, so let me go back to the leaves. Here are the leaves. I'll just put this over here. We'll keep this up. Okay, I think everybody can see that now. So here's where I ended up with on the leaves. I'll just finish these first and then we can play with the fish. So I think everybody can see that. And my main goal was to keep this soft in the background. I put these dark branches in at the very end because I wanted to see how it designed up. So now what I have to do is render this leaf to bring it into focus. And here's a small example of that. So that's some lifting. And this is just some glazing on top, wet on dry. And a little bit something somewhere else and some spatter, which I did. And it's really kind of that simple. So I don't know who made it this far. Did anybody paint leaves? Which we ended up, yeah, I think we all painted the leaves.
Not me.
Anyway, all I'm going to do to finish those is to use the same color palette. And so here's my leaf. Here's my leaf reference. Upside down. There's my leaf reference. And I'll do it that way. So we're doing quite a few. You could have used salt back here if you wanted to, but you all know how to do that. So I'm just going to mix up my orange, but I'm going to make it a little darker by mixing purple with it. I'm not going to use black. I'm going to use purple. It's kind of a yellow orange. And then I can just I can also use dry brush. So that with it, that's a good texture. And I'm going to make this a little darker to stand out a little bit more. And then I can leave that that stripe going up to the top of that leaf. And I can soften that edge if I want, but I'm not going to. Just for an example, I'm going to leave that so I can make that, leave that light line. I don't have to lift that one. And then I can just do this. See, it's already got some dimension to it. I'm going to separate this a little bit more from the background. So see, it's already starting to pop out of the background. Yes? Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna mix a little alizarin with that, plus that purple, plus my orange, and make it a little more brown, but I'm more interested in the value. So then I can kind of do this. And again, I'm trying to keep that, that line a little bit more prevalent. In fact, I'll show you something. I'll cover that up. I'll just cover that up with this. So that's much darker. In fact, I like that dark there. So I'm going to emphasize that a little bit. I'm going to wash out this side of it a little bit to connect it. And I'll wait for that to dry just a tad. And I'll show you what I want to do with it. And you can be very free with this, very loose. There's one side of that leaf. Here's the other side of that leaf. I'm going to get my paper towel. Yes. Left-hand paper towel. So I'm going to turn this because it's easier for me to do it this way. I'm gonna take a thirsty brush. My brush is damp, but it's thirsty and full of clean water. And then I can just lift right out of that dark passage. So there you go. So now I've got that nice white line going on in there. I'm going to mix that combination again, the alizarin and purple and some orange together to get that little deeper color. I want this leaf to stand out a little bit more. And I am going to use some red to make that even a little bit more prominent. I'm going to use the red up here. Wash it out a little bit. Kind of cool. I'm going to bring that red down into this guy a little bit so it's not so lonely. Just along this edge. Ah, that's starting to look a lot like autumn to me.
Yeah.
And I can just lift that. Kind of cool. Kind of fun. You can get away with murder with this because nature. There, look at how that leaf has changed.
Very nice.
I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let it alone because I wanna connect it to that one in the back. But I am going to define that one in the back just a little bit. Especially right here. Just a suggestion of stuff. Now I'm into painting suggestion. I'm not painting, I'm not stating anything. I'm just suggesting. That looks a little leafy, kind of, sort of. When you're painting these, if it's looks too dark to you, that's why this left hand is important. I'm going to just give this one, I'm going to take a break in between this leaf because I like that overlap, but I am going to just paint the tip. I'll just give it a little color, wash it out. So now it's starting to look like it's part of the cluster of leaves, if you will. Oh, good morning.
Good morning, my apologies.
No worries. Just a suggestion. I'm going to use a little of that purple just for value. I'm going to define a few things. I'm going to put a little chunk of that right here. I'm going to put a little bit of that right here. That's going to be another leaf right there because I'm going to wash this out. See how that made that leaf? That gives it a little more pop. Gives everything just a little more pop. Remember I told you about those wedgies? Yeah. Out just a tad. I kind of like the hardness where that is. I'll put a couple more There's something happening. And look at how, when you blot that, look at what happens to it. It's kind of cool. And I'm gonna use my white paint real quick, just because I'm designing now. I want a little, see that little stroke right there? Connected some of those little, and made that shape of that leaf a little bit more defined. A little bit of that right there.
Hmm.
And now all I'm gonna do is use my rigger or my, I'll just use a rigger. I just want a dark color, so I'm just mixing my palette around until I get a dark color. And now I can, do a few scribbles for other leaves being attached. Just brightens it up just a little bit. I wait till the end to do this kind of stuff, so why not? Anyway, I think I'm pretty much done with the leaves.
Mhm.
I could take that white paint again. And this time I'm going to use some blue with it. So here's a little blue. It's not quite as bright as the white. Pick that blue back up again from the sky.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think that I'm kind of done with this. Does that make sense?
Yes, very nice.
Anyway, it's just being, you can be very loose, very free with doing this. I think I'll just do one more little thing. Oh no, I'm gonna ruin it. I'm going to emphasize this coming down here just a little bit, wash it out.
Joe, what brown is that you use for the limbs?
I'm sorry?
What brown is that you use for the
It's a made up brown. I used
Oh.
orange, I used purple, I used a little bit of alizarin.
Okay.
It's just whatever looks good on my palette. And it's more about the value than anything else.
Okay, thank you.
It's just whatever looks good in your gut.
Mhm.
There you go.
Very nice.
Put that at the top so you guys can kind of see that. So this is one that you can that's your autumn painting. Yes, I always wanted to paint autumn. You can come up, you can take pictures of this, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, I ordered them last night. Thank you.
We need a little bit of something happening.
Yeah, I can't see the screen. Okay, fine.
There, that's enough. No, I'm done. Whenever I say I'm done, I'm usually not done.
I
Yeah,
know.
little things that need to be done for that. So I will come around and get out of your way here. I'll make this bigger. I can make it a little bit bigger. Let me try this guy again, see if it happens to work. I'll keep trying.
There's a message up there on the bottom.
What?
There's a message down below. It says.
Yeah, I said it's just a
Close airplay.
history of it, yeah. So this has happened before, but it's been a long time. And I couldn't fix it. I mean, I've rebooted everything. I don't know why. It's obviously something to do with the Wi-Fi connection between this and those. I've moved all this stuff.
Ah,
Anyway,
sometimes it just have to let it go.
I'll see if I can't make, I will, I'll just do this. I'll just set that on some.
Okay, now.
The watercolor paper was not on sale at, Mattel's.
So,
The watercolor paper, what?
It
Was
was not
what?
on sale at Mattel's, it was full price.
oh, well,
Okay, I just
wait
wanted,
for the next sale then.
I was,
Yes.
my husband went to buy the watercolor paper at Mattel and said it wasn't on sale.
Hotels?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't.
Where was, no, Michael's.
It was good until the 17th.
You walked in and they tried to full price. Okay.
Are you the member?
Hmm.
Point that out to them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'll bet I know why. Because they always have that bullshit disclaimer at the bottom, online only.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
I ordered mine. I
It's-
just picked it up at the store.
Okay. Well, today's the 17th, so I could still order a couple of ads.
Yeah, here's the price that I paid. Was $23.99
23.
as opposed to 39.
Yeah. And I found out I
99.
get pads of 100% cotton watercolor pad at home. I can't tell you why.
Oh, sure.
Oh, no, I took over his, I
yeah.
did the same thing. They're staring at it.
I know, yeah.
Does this make sense to you guys?
Yes,
Yeah, you can get away with murder on this one.
Did you show me the stroke that you would use?
Oh, sure.
Just the.
Second. So what over there? Oh, you should have all the stuff. If you're right-handed, you should have all this stuff on your right side. So you don't have to drag it across the paint. Let me just mix up a little, with some wet paint. That's all.
Makes sense.
Probably too red, so I'll mix a little, ebony browns.
Elevated.
hi hi Susie,
Hi.
it's Sandra.
Hi, Sandra. My friend. May I have that thing, that what you have in your hand?
I take that off of there if you want. Here, grab a piece of scrap paper, but I just did it and wanted to move. So I'm just going to do. See that? See this, this is the tail on the.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
just-
you have a special brush.
It's-
That's
it's a
not
fan-
fair. That's cheating.
It's a fan brush, here. Here, try the fan brush.
What color is this here? It's for the fish.
You can use.
I
it.
can borrow it.
Yeah, you can borrow it. There's that's how I did all those pets, remember?
Yeah.
So what I was showing people,
Okay, where's that?
don't pet when you paint. You're petting when you do that.
How should I-
Just make a swirl. I wanna show people how I.
Okay.
So
Could I still do mine?
Yes, on top.
Yeah, you
yes.
can use opaque on it too. So here's what I was doing for Nemo's tail or fin tail. That's a fan brush, which is this. So that's easily done that way, and I just twist it off into nothing like that.
Clever.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a fan brush. It's usually oil painters use that to blend stuff and things like that. So, and it's kind of it's kind of dry. The paint's kind of dry. It'll still release, but the paint's kind of dry.
I want to ask you about the VWS. I think you. What you think is
We have,
Well, this is the star of your show, so that's the one that should stand out. So you can surround it with you can make this a little darker in some places, a little more lively.
That's a beautiful image, Joe.
Yeah, that was a gorgeous image. Was that yours? Your photograph?
Which one?
An image of the,
Oh, no, I get my stuff off Pexels. I don't have time. I mean, I take a lot of photos. I got thousands of photos, but no, if I want something especially to demo, I can't wait for fall.
yeah,
So
yeah. They-
I'll go to Pexels. It's attribution free, which means it's not copyrighted, which means you can use any of their images.
On Pexel?
Pexels, Pexels. There are several non-attribution websites where you can just take pics off of. You just download. So it's pretty easy, and it will inspire you because you're going to find stuff there that you weren't looking for. Oh no, that's really cool. I gotta have that one.
I don't understand what so I'm getting to because some of them are copyrighted and some aren't. And like, if I go for gladiolas and I go to pixels, some of the photographs are different. And they have little.
Well, Pexels is non-attribution, which means you are going to have a little lesser quality. It's not a stock photo site.
Yeah.
Where they pay people to go take these photos.
Ah.
These are people that contribute. So there's a bunch of snapshotty kind of stuff in there. But sometimes that's worth it too. You just need to click some of the texture.
okay, let's see.
I'm just studying.
Yeah, there you go.
Did we get a copy of this?
This paper. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes. Okay, where'd it go?
Oops, I hear some coffee being made. What did I do with mine?
Joe, can I show you my leaf
Absolutely.
suggestion?
Yeah. Let me share. Who said that? Oh, okay, cool. Let me pin you.
Here, let me stand, let me do this. It'll be better.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's got nice texture. You know, you want most of the texture, it's a little blurry, but want most of the texture in that front leaf. You can soften a little bit of that detail in the back leaves just by using that damp brush. Just so it's not quite as much detail.
Okay, so so it
Back-
allows for focus.
It's back to in focus and out of focus. And
Okay.
remember when I started this, I put in some leaves that were just those yellow leaves that were really, really wet. And those just turned into blobs and blurs in the background.
Okay,
Yeah, check out the video from yesterday.
thanks.
Uh-huh. There, we're back to here. Yeah, cool. See, for me, all these little white, that's still paper. The only paint is right here and here and a little there. But all these little white just little notes of paper. Those little areas really connect everything together. It makes it sparkle, if you will. I remember a workshop at, I don't know, oh, I did it. It was at the Old California Art Institute, where we went out in the parking lot, and anything is a painting, and it was fall, and I just threw a mat. I just threw a mat in the parking lot where the leaves and rocks, twigs, stones were, and we adjusted that. We moved a couple of things, and there was a painting. You know, so you could throw it in the, and I suggest that, and you all have smartphones now. So just take a pic of that. You could go out, just throw a mat around. Next time you're on a hike, just throw a mat and see what happens if you want to do close-up stuff. You know, you'll get a lot of rocks and leaves and twigs and very interesting kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
And also, these are the
Yeah.
same.
You blurred this one stands out, you made that darker, so now I
So
have
what
a-
I'm doing, I put, instead of changing inside, I change outside to put a blue. You see this blue outside, so you can change. And if I put
Yeah,
blue,
you can do that, as long as there's not too much.
I know you're right,
This
yeah.
one wants to have the
Exactly.
most
Also, by
contrast.
I don't have a,
is it ready, this one?
How to work it. Yeah, you got some,
Yeah, I got it.
yeah, cool.
But I had this little accident and I'm wondering whether I should leave it.
Sandra, are you on Zoom?
yes, somewhere I'm getting
Okay,
lost
I
now.
just got a text from you.
And I'm trying to log into the cluster and it says something about I had to be invited or I don't know.
Yes, you did get an invitation.
That's what I thought. Okay.
If you check your email, I can resend the cluster invitation right now if you guys want me to.
Okay. I'm gonna check my email.
It's in the email. I
Yes,
sent.
because I didn't get it either.
Yeah, we've all sent it before.
I know I received it. I'm on a different computer, so I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
what's going
On the bottom of that page, not, you have to scroll all the way down.
Oh, okay, thanks.
on. Joseph Workshop Cluster. Okay, let's go here.
Having the space with that open field.
Oh, yeah. For dogs.
I either fly my RC jet over there or hit golf balls in the morning. Okay, we'll do this for another 10 minutes, and then we'll start something different. We're gonna have a pile of stuff.
Joe, I think I'm finally done with my fish. This is Debbie.
Let me take a look.
You gonna pin me or do I pin me?
Yeah, hang on a second. By the way, this the leaves were painted on that Ba Hong paper.
Okay. It's good paper. I like it.
Yeah, it is good paper. It comes in bigger sheets too.
Yes. And different price points as well.
Okay, so we did that. Let's go back to Nemo. This is my Nemo.
Your Nemo's distant cousin. Should I pin?
I like things to pop. I'm not too subtle.
Oh, I'm
Probably
anything but
tell.
subtle.
Let me stop the share and oh, okay. Oh, there you go. I like that better. Don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's more interesting. And he's swimming out of those
Okay.
plants, reeds, whatever. Yeah, very cool. And you got a little bit of that color back there. I love that little touch of orange way in the distance. That's this buddy.
His buddy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it connects.
Mm.
No, it's not the only color on there.
Yeah.
If I use a color, I always try to use it.
3 places.
Yeah, 3 places: small, medium, and large.
Yeah, but not in that order.
Yeah, just to connect stuff. It'll
Okay.
connect your eye. Whoops, I don't want to do that. There we go.
Please sign up.
So I'll finish the leaves up and then we'll paint this, which some of you missed at the demo. You weren't painting, so you've kind of already been through the experience one time. But this is a good one to use the combo on.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
Finally, I got in. Okay. Wow, what happened? Red photos.
So,
Yes.
with the rubbish, I missed your demo, because I had an emergency, but I like to do it.
We're doing that next.
Oh, good, I'll stay
Yeah.
then.
You can start drawing it.
Start drawing it, okay.
And if you're done with your leaves, you can start drawing the radish. Oh, nice. Cool.
Oh,
The other one.
oh, yeah. No,
It's impressionistic. Very nice.
Thank you,
Very
Joe.
good.
What is it? Oh, my goodness. This is outstanding. You're having fun.
I am having fun. That
That's
is,
what it is all
If
about.
anybody wants to know how to get loose, just ask your local bartender or Paula.
Oh, much prosecco yesterday with friends.
I should stop, shouldn't I? Joe, should I stop?
Oh,
I'm
take a wet brush.
And soften it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Connect it to that green color.
I was trying it.
Just with the wet brush.
And I didn't like the blue, so I started.
Or you can take a little bit of this paint and just paint into
And
it.
soft, so
So I
But they
thought,
make the blue.
yeah,
You
if
know,
there was
the
just
blue
too
is-
much of it, but I got rid of it here, so that.
Oh.
Paper.
Yeah.
Paper.
And my,
Could I
I
find
don't know
one?
what red I used, it was really strong, but I toned it down a bit. That's cadmium red light, but I have another red here, which is really strong, and I might have picked that up by
I
mistake.
didn't pay that for that.
It's okay.
I would never pay that.
You wouldn't.
Weird.
Oh.
Well, this is the last time.
Play with
Okay.
Next time.
So
There.
I'm done.
Right. Start drawing out the radish.
She's rather.
I'll put it on this, put it on the good paper.
That might not.
Oh,
be
this is
good.
for Nemo.
Oh, you're gonna paint that later.
I leave them with the butterfly.
So I have this bad habit.
Mhm.
When I'm waiting for something to dry or whatever, taking a break. And I eat something, then I've got this stuff all over my hands, and then I lick my fingers, and then I wipe it off, and then I realize that I have paint on my fingers, and I'm wiping it off with my paint rag.
You're ingesting the chemical.
Put my paintbrush in my coffee
Oh, yeah,
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
everybody's done, yeah, coffee, tea,
Oh, yeah.
whatever's handy. Oh. I know what I was gonna do. I'll not retape this, but. I was going to. Finish Nemo. And all I was gonna do is, I'm gonna take a little white paint. By the way, if you want these water blooms, these backgrounds, these blooms, cauliflowers, just re-wet your paper with, don't do it with a brush, do it with a mister. And so when it's half dry, put some water in it, because the water's gonna be fully wet. The paper's gonna be half dry, and that's what causes blooms. I want to make this just a little bit light blue. And I was just gonna spatter a few bubbles on there. I want bigger bubbles. So I'm gonna. Just a few, not much. And if I want those to blossom, I'm going to not mist it. I'm going to actually sprinkle it with water, and you'll see those bloom. So it just adds a
Oh,
little
that's
bit
the white you're
to that.
making. Oh, okay.
And also, if I put it place I don't like, it really doesn't make any difference. I'm gonna leave the bloom, the spatter on the fish. But anyway, that just adds a little more texture, interest, if you will. Anyway, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm
Thank you.
tired of Nemo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some clean water, but before I do that, I'm gonna draw this out.
Drawing out the radishes?
I'm sorry?
Are you drawing out the radishes?
Yes. Gonna draw the radishes. So once again, I take my biggest shape, and I try to figure out where that's gonna go. So I have this cluster right here. It's gonna pop the most because it's red, and it's the star of the show. So this one is gonna be my star. So this is right in kind of in the middle of the page. So I'm gonna move that over to about right here. So there's my star of the show, and then I have this other one coming off here, and I have one at the bottom. So that is going to be my setup. And then I have some stuff coming down part of the radish. But that cluster is in my lower rule of thirds kind of sort of part. And then I want to capture these stems just in drawing. I'm going to paint them, so I don't care about that. But then anyway, that's enough. I want to put this, I like this leaf coming off of here. This guy. So I'm just going to rough that in because that's going to be wet. And then this big bunch at the top kind of goes down like this and goes down like that. And I've got this this part just curling over just to remind me. And then I'm going to just take it off the top of the page and just draw kind of these. You don't have to be very careful about this. That's going to go off the page, and I've got this leaf at the bottom, which I like, which goes down like that, and it kind of goes there, and it's got that little bottom part, this guy. So that's basically my drawing. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now I can go back and I can erase a little bit of that mess.
That's a nice way to say it. It's spilled breakfast is my technique.
I can see enough to paint too. There we go. So there's my drawing.
Well, you did that
Simple.
very big,
Yeah.
bigger than this. It's okay if it's this or you want bigger?
Yeah, I would do everything you're doing from what I've seen. I would do, make it bigger, fill the page. Yeah.
Oh, you did well, yeah.
Fill the page.
Build the page.
Okay,
Oh,
build the
thank you.
page.
Now I have to delete everything and go again.
That's fine. I'm designing when I do this. And if I were doing it normally, maybe I would do a noton study of this, but for this, I'm not gonna take the time to do that. And I see my dirty water is already red, so I'm gonna keep it. Why not? So I have my focus, out of focus, out of focus, out of focus, except for we're going to go back with some negative painting and especially these stems and whatnot. But when I put the water on pre-wet, the water, it's going to be a planned pre-wet. There's my reference. And I'm only going to follow that reference for so long, and then I'm going to do this. Otherwise, you'll end up copying and not creating.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll give it one more shot. I'll move this chair so everybody can kind of see it better.
You didn't pay your bill. That's horrible. The subscription has
Oh,
expired.
where'd it go?
That's it.
There it is. Yeah, the two big things. We're learning a process this weekend, but the two big things are drawing and design.
Drawing and design.
Yep.
Look at that. I'm not good at drawing, but it's a good lesson.
So, whatever it takes to get to that point, because I personally would not want to paint anything that's not well drawn and well designed.
Okay, that's what I'm doing now.
I mean, it just makes sense, I think. And I think everybody can see what's going on there. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger.
Good gracious.
I do not have a Zoom camera, of course. I'm using my old iPhone.
Hmm.
I don't need that. You don't need that. Yeah, I can go clear over to there. Oh, look, I have some of the same colors. See, don't clean your palette. Okay, a couple minutes. By the way, when you get home sometime the next month, as you're kind of refreshing yourselves from this workshop, I put this one in there for you to, I did not paint this, but I put it in there because I thought it was a pretty good example of what I'm trying to say. Whatever I did with it, it was the apples.
Oh, yeah.
It was these guys.
Yeah, that's a nice painting.
So you've got everything going on in here. I've got a lot of contrast right there. I've got all this stuff just suggested. I've got my sharpest edges here. That's in focus, out of focus. And this is kind of a harder edge, but it's very close in value. So that keeps that pushed back. Anyway, try to paint that guy.
I did it the night of your class, Joe.
I'm sorry?
I did it the night of your demonstration. And I just want to watch what you have done.
Oh, the radishes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right now.
What? My demonstration. That's all I want to do is watch it, and I actually want to take notes. If I can sit here and make the same mistakes. Let me see where I went. Should have brought the thing. You know what I'm doing.
So we finished the finish, we finished the autumn. And so now I'm going to leave my water a little pinky so you can see where I wet it. So is everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay, so this is the star of my show. What am I not going to do?
make it wet. You're not
I'm
gonna.
not gonna make it wet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave dry paper. And I'm gonna leave more dry paper than I think. So let's see if this color actually works. It needs to have a little more color. So I'm going to paint around that. I'm going to paint outside of that shape. I'm going to paint around this. I'm going to paint outside of that shape. So that's all going to blur out.
Excuse me, you're right in front of the wrong.
Oh, you're reading. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought nobody could see that.
Okay. And I want this leaf to be blurry. So I'm just going to go like that. I want some of these leaves to be blurry and some not. So I'm going to be more random in my application of water. Yeah, I'm going to make that blurry. Anyway, I can do that. So there's my pattern. And then if I want to, I can spatter. I can spatter in some places. So there's my pre-wet. And usually that was done with clear water. Okay. Now I can start painting, and I'm going to paint red. It's kind of red, but I'm going to put it around here first. Start shaping that star of the show. I'm going to put this guy in. So those are going to be my supporting cast, if you will. And I am also going to say, okay, I'm not going to touch that edge, but there's going to be some highlights. I'm going to go down into here. I'm going to touch that edge slightly so it connects. And I'm designing right now. So here's my little stems sticking out. I'm going to make this guy stick out.
Joe, how did you get the bottom of the left radish dark before it meets the star? Yeah, that. exactly where you had your brush before.
Darker?
Yeah, that.
How did I make it
The left
darker?
radish, the bottom part of the left radish.
Yeah, right here.
No, the other one. Yes, how did you make it darker down there?
Oh, here?
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just more paint on my brush.
just more paint on your brush?
Yeah, when you start painting, your brush is fully loaded, and as you keep painting, it's gonna dissipate.
Okay, so that's
So-
the start point.
Anyway, those are going to go into the background. Remember that when we did the little orchids, whatever I did with them. I'm doing the same thing I did here. See how those kind of go away?
Yeah.
They're part of it.
Mhm.
So my focus is here. I'm doing the same thing.
I just wasn't successful, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, this is going to dry out a lot lighter, so do not be too concerned with that. But I gotta go for this right away, because once you put this water on, it's going to start drying, and I want to get some. That's going to be good green. Yeah. So I'm just gonna, and I want that to be soft, and I'm gonna go back and hit some of this, but I just want to get some paint on here while it's, I'm leaving these little white notes, and I want that green to go right into that red. Here's my leaf that's bending over. So I'm going to make it a little greener. There's a deeper kind of green. Yeah, look at that. Look at that paint itself. That's kind of cool.
Is your paper still wet?
Oh, yeah. My paper is wet where I put water.
Mhm.
It's not wet anyplace else. All this white you see is dry. But this is painting itself now. I want to make sure that this stays a little darker around that radish. I want to paint this leaf before it gets away from me. I want that to go off the top. And I want a little bit more of this green coming down here. So that's a nice mix. Already I see that that's going to be more in focus. And I'm going to use a little bit of my Quin Rose, my magenta. And I'm going to start putting a little bit of that in there while it's damp, so it kind of blends out. But I'm keeping that part of that dry. I'm not going to use red until the end, which is this. That's my red.
So 3 different reds.
And as this is drying now, this is drying, so I can start defining some of these radishes. You can't see them yet because they're all kind of blurred out. But if I just go like this right now,
Mhm.
now I can start seeing that radish. And I'm going to make that darker, and I'm going to make this guy over here a little darker. Get darker.
What red did you start out with?
I started out with magenta.
Okay, so magenta made the outside.
Yeah, I just put a
radishes.
wash of the magenta on.
Wash
Oh, this paint, please, shut up.
It's not dry enough yet to do much more than that.
Mhm.
I can, if I want to, I can take some of that and I can put a little bit of that in there. It's kind of cool. Now's the time to be free with this. And I can also, just to break that up. See, that gives it some dimension. And while that's still wet, I do want to say, okay, this is going to be some of my stems. Yeah. So now I've got the hard edges. I've got everything else that's kind of soft, not that, but that. So now I got to wait a few minutes for this to dry a little bit. What?
Is white or the bag, or you put the blue, the sky?
No, it's no sky. It's just going to be, I guess, white. Yeah. So now I got to let that dry just a little bit. But I like where it's headed. In fact, I can, I'm going to soften this a little bit, make this a little more yellow-ish. Now's a good time to, you can dry brush a little bit too, just to make it more interesting. It's almost like the spatter throne. For me, this is a fun way to paint because it's free. But it ends up, it's not a totally just impressionistic or abstract. It looks like something when you get done. Again, paper towel in my left hand. I'm gonna just lift a little bit, see how that radish comes into focus, but I've got all this around it. Very, very cool. So I think the star of my show is in the right place.
I noticed if you use that brush, I will be okay with this or not.
Yeah, you don't, it doesn't make any difference whether you use a round or a flat.
No?
Most people use round brushes. I was trained in art school, so I'm using a flat.
If I don't have magenta, what's a good substitute?
Alizarin. Alizarin's magenta-ish.
Oh.
So I have all this red, this pink down there. I don't care about the photo anymore. While this is still damp, I'm going to add, oh, look at that. See, doesn't that nice connection? It has a nice connection to me. There you go.
Joe, does the paper have to be dry, semi-dry when you do splatter? Because mine just get all mushy.
The paper is what now?
You know, when you do your splashing,
Yeah.
does the paper should it be dry? Because mine just disappear or something. Maybe it's too wet.
Well, if it's see, this is all dry paper around here. So
Oh, okay,
I'm gonna
okay,
hold it.
okay.
Yeah, and I can always go back and lift, but I'm gonna have that edge to it. See, I can lift some of this off of here right now.
Mhm.
You can certainly lift at any time. But I think that's the start that I was looking for. It's nice and free. Loose. Also, your paper towel it's the same as a brush. It's just a different, so I'm gonna blot some of this off right here,
Mhm.
because I thought it was, I didn't like the shape, so I took almost all of it away. So there you go.
Mhm.
But I gotta let this set up for a few minutes before I can continue, because I'm gonna want a more defined edge. But I think I'm off to a good start. Didn't take very long. You can borrow that, yeah.
And this was a drag, right? You drag those across.
Well, I use my palette knife,
Yeah, the palette knife.
Yeah,
Okay.
uh-huh.
That, I think.
because I'm gonna use those as markers. They're gonna be darker.
You're gonna use them as markers to make,
Yeah, guides.
I ended up having too much water on the one I did. So.
Well, it's just a matter of, you guys are doing a workshop, so it's either gonna be too much or too little.
Yeah, well, when I was
Sure.
doing it, what it was is I went back and tried to correct it with water.
Uh-huh.
And so I need to put the water down first, so that's why I was watching you, recording you and writing it all at the same time.
Oh, no, that's why it's being recorded, so just, you can just, watch and paint later, or paint. I'm gonna put
What paint and pray?
I'm gonna lift a little bit right here, just to remind me. There, that's enough.
Could you show me how to do this one, because I like it, but I cannot do it.
Oh, for the palette knife, it has to be not wet and not dry. It has to be half wet.
Well, that's good.
This is not, this is too dry. See, it's
Right there.
not much is gonna happen.
And
But-
What, yes?
you see, I got 3 or 4 of them because we just said, I know how they did it, I never did it. I mean, that's what happened to me.
Now I miss it. You need one?
Not now, but thank you for offering, because I will probably. You could put a pressure on it. I get it turn it around my neck. Okay, you.
By the way, I have to tell you that
Say, okay, you.
I flunked coloring in kindergarten because I went outside the lines. I actually did. Miss Kitty was my kindergarten teacher. I still remember her because I was in love with her. When I colored, I went outside the lines. So,
Do you remember a wonderful Harry Chapin song, Roses Are Red in My Sun? Blue grass is green or something, that's the way it's always been. And the child, of course, grows up to,
yeah, well,
because they teach him that in school.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have to stay away before I mess it up.
You're almost done. I'm not even there yet. You're almost done. Anyway, I kind of like the start. I kind of like adding the red and the green together at the top of this just to get some connection. Different than the photo. So that's what you have the benefit of being an artist, an artist. You can say, I don't care about the photo anymore. I'm not done with that though. The photo, I still need it.
I did it at home.
You guys are not looking.
No, I did it at home. So I wanted to watch how we put the water on because I messed the one up at home. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your thing is not working, so.
The battery isn't?
No.
Hit the button.
It's working, the battery's working fine. It says my battery is low, that means it's not charging.
Okay, how is it now?
It's still not charging. Oh, your computer's finished.
I want you guys to know how special you are to me today,
Today.
because I am missing a 1:30 start
No.
Here.
with drinking margaritas with my son at Cisco's, rooting for the Packers.
You couldn't leave at 1:30.
Well, it says a noon start.
Just leave us alone and we'll walk up.
Yeah, we're going to change locations. So what I want to do now is I'm going to leave these guys alone. I'll do those last because I want those to be harder. I'm going to pick a dark green. I'm going to make a dark green. I'll do it right here.
Yeah, never mind.
Sometimes it just not.
Yeah, I know. Mine too. Mine too.
Sometimes they look at this.
It's not going to be my darkest green, but it will be a darker green. Okay, and now, in fact, I'm going to mix two puddles. I'm going to make one a little lighter. So now I want to start carving. So this shape right here. So I put the whole shape in. So now I'm going to make it darker around here. So bring that out, right? I'm going to just let a couple of those things go. And then I'm going to wash that edge out. So now I have made that that curl coming across. Okay, does that make sense? So now I'm going to make it a little darker. I see I have some dark back here. I'm going to make this dark through here, so that's going to define that leaf. That's kind of going to define that. I'm going to come on down. I don't want to be too careful. But I'm defining this. And I want to get darker. Go down into here. And I'm going to start going around my little negative painting. Start bringing some of those. Somebody got their mic going that I'm getting a reverberation. Define a couple of these guys a little bit. See how it's starting to come to life? I got a big dark right here. See, it's not just making dark all the way across there. It's doing this negative painting, which I think is important because it makes it more interesting. Got some of those little sky holes going on in there. Another leaf. This is getting darker. I've got a leaf popping out, but this is getting darker down through here. See how that's starting to get graphic? I'm going to blend those two together. Now I've also got this coming down, this wedge. coming down through here. There's a part of one of those little leaves. Little bit of that. And this big leaf over here. That's defining that leaf.
Hmm.
A little bit greener. This leaf has a shadow on the bottom of it, where it's overlapping. You don't want to do too much. Just enough to see how the whole thing starts coming to life.
Mhm.
I'm going to define this radish here by bringing that down into there a little bit. And I can still, oh, you have my, so I can still do that. And so that's going to give a little bit different texture. Bottom part. So now I want to, I'm going to use my red, and I'm going to define this radish a little bit, not a lot. I'm using my alizarin now. I want it darker. I want this to be darker. So I'm going to use my alizarin and ultramarine together to make it a darker alizarin, because I have a lot of dark under there. Some dark under here, which I'm going to wipe out. I don't want to put too much on here because now I'm going to wash those edges out. Look at that. That just goes to nothing. This will be something. Gonna leave this. Just washing out those edges. It's still out of focus, but I'm washing out the edges, right? Gonna go back with my red. I need a little dark up here at the top. I'm gonna just use clean water, get rid of some of these hot spots, settle those out a little bit, connect that a little bit. Gonna make that dark again. There we go. There we go. That's dark enough. I'll make a little dark up here. See how that's starting to get dimension?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
You don't have to be afraid of it. Just when you make your strokes, don't do this, just do this.
Mm.
Just do that. I want that to connect a little bit more, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of that dark. Do that.
I like
So
the
we're getting
looseness
there.
of your
We're
greens.
almost there, but we're not there yet. I'm gonna put a little red down here. I'm gonna put a little bit of that bright red up here. Oops, I lost my rag. I have red fingers. I'm trying to lift a little bit. I don't know whether it will because it's been on there for a while, but I just want to break that up a little better. Now I'm going to go back with some dark. You thought I was done with the darks?
Yeah.
I'm putting the darks where I want you to look. So it's all going to be centered in this area. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Can you see
Yeah.
what's happening to that? I don't want to put a few someplace else. Some little stuff happening over here. Makes it look a little more real.
Yeah.
Remember what I said about it doesn't have to be a soft edge to be a lost edge. It can just be very close in value. So that's going to be very close in value. What I just did. That's
So
going to
that's
be very close in value to what's around it.
okay.
Okay.
So the dark made your reds pop out even more than focal red.
Yes, that's what I wanted it to do. I want some dark there, and I want a little more dark right down here, right under this guy. So that's going to connect a little bit more.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to lift a little bit right here, just to give that little kick, light kick. If it will let me, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Mhm.
Anyway, does that make sense?
Yes.
About that close.
Totally.
So now I've got something I could hang in the kitchen.
Yes. What you're saying.
You could hang in my kitchen if I was there, I'd take it.
Yeah, take it in. So.
Very nice.
When you started coming with greens, this was damp or was the paper dry? I mean, you have your background color there. And then you're coming in with your greens. Is this already dry? And then you're putting in this next layer of green? on
I
top?
waited for the paper to be damp. It wasn't completely dry, but it was drier. And I wanted to hold an edge.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you're waiting for. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Most people don't realize that a lot of the good stuff that happens with watercolor is when you paint on damp. Most of the good stuff happens when you paint on damp paper.
Hmm.
Not wet, not dry, damp. Ooh, that was a good stroke.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think that's kind of sparkly and fun. And
Ready for framing.
yeah, you could do a whole series of vegetables, eggplant, red onions, tomatoes,
Yep.
whatever to hang in your kitchen. This is a good size. Once it's got a mat on it, or a frame on it.
That's a 9 by 12, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good size to paint to because you can see that I'm still using a pretty big brush.
Mhm.
And I can paint shapes because those are nothing but just a bunch of shapes. So I'm following my reference for the shapes. And a long time ago, I turned this over once I had it drawn out.
Hmm.
Yeah. Brush paint. Mhm. Oh, yeah. Those two on top are the ones that you use.
Good palettes from Trader Joe? Joe, did you
Yes.
get your palettes from Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's. Cheap Joe's, you mean?
Cheap Joe's.
Trader Joe's, I think.
I get most of my stuff off of Amazon. I do because I mean, all the manufacturers are on there anyway.
Yeah.
But
Can you be so kind? You have two palettes that you allowed Selena to borrow. But I really care for the way you arrange your metal palette up there. Could you just list the way you like to arrange the
it's
colors?
warm and cool. I just go around the rainbow.
I didn't bring my stuff.
I start with the yellow. I start with my light yellow and
Yeah.
Like the palette wheel,
yeah. Yeah, it's like a color wheel.
color wheel, yeah.
Trying to find the
Joe, you don't use a tracing machine at all? You hand draw all of your paintings?
sometimes I will use I just print out something and use carbon paper.
Mhm.
So uh,
Is that considered cheating?
No, the masters did it back in the day. Not cheating. They said it's not cheating.
but yeah, sure.
Okay, that was good.
My basics are from Jean Dobie. And mixing my colors mostly through her.
Oh, you've got it. Oh, there's the oh, those are yours? Are they? Oh, okay, good. Oh, no worries. I want- Oh, that's the yeah, this is the warm. Goes with the rest of it. And now that this is drying, I do not want to touch it again. But if I wanted to change it, I say, okay, I see that's a little more yellow green. I can just add some yellow over the top of that if I want to, or make it a yellower, greener, whatever. I have to do it quickly. I can't pet.
In and out. She wasn't. Oh, didn't write it down. Damn. Oh. There we go. Here we go.
So we'll just keep working on our radishes until lunch. 15 minutes,
Joe,
20 minutes. Yes.
I feel like paper got too dry too quickly because that's a pretty hard edge, isn't it?
You can re-wet your brush with clear water and blend, stroke back and forth between those two shapes to soften them and to connect them.
Will I get overworked if I go back and put more color in?
No, you just need more values. It's not colors, it's values. See the darks?
Yeah.
See those mid-tone and darks?
Sure.
They all draw your eye down to that area. Here. Right here.
Oh, here, I just didn't want to interrupt your class people who are zooming.
I'll
Thank
send
you.
these out. I'll send the demos out, same as I did yesterday. I'll finish, all the leaves are done, Nemo's done. I want to do one more thing on Nemo. This is only, me. I just want something darker around this portion of the eye. That was bugging me. I know none of you even saw that or care, but that's the way art is. You're the only one that looks like that little spot way up here is driving you crazy.
Yeah.
And you have to go fix it. And nobody would even know it unless you pointed it out
I
to them.
overworked it one year.
Right.
I got messy.
That's better.
You
Don't you
think so?
think?
This seems so overworked.
No, I don't think that's overworked.
No?
I think all the detail action is right there. You could spatter like I did. Spatter at the end.
Joe, can I ask a question?
No. Yes.
Do I need to do more dark in the radishes or is my dark, oops, let's see.
Let me see.
Maybe I should put a light on it. What do you think?
Hold it back a little bit. A little bit more. Back toward you.
Okay, hang on. I'm just trying to put a light on. Okay. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Nice job.
Right there. Yeah, that's good drawing. It's everything. And this radish stands out to me, the one in the middle, because it's a little brighter in color. I think it's not darks. I think you have to look at your reference like I did and make a little more definition in the leaves.
Okay.
I mean, it just looks like a big scramble right now. I want to see something in front and something behind. I want to see more of a defined leaf shape in some places.
Okay. And should I keep that kind of more like here so that it's more in focus?
Well, I put my emphasis right down here, where the radish meets the stems coming out of it, and the rest of it got pretty loose as it got further away.
Okay. So I'll deal with this area here.
Okay. You know what I did at the end? is I brought a little bit of this red up mixed with the green up in
Okay,
here.
okay, all right.
You know,
But how about-
you can kind of see it.
I'm waiting for this to dry. a
Oh,
little.
yeah, yeah. No, you gotta, I have a big sign over there that says, let it dry.
Okay, and a little bit of
With,
the red up there. What about that? I let it dry and move it up a bit.
yeah, I'd let it dry and then I'd soften it a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I like the way you're twisting your brush.
That's me.
Yes. Twisting your brush.
I have no idea what I'm doing still.
Neither do I, so we're,
Or even,
partners.
I don't like,
I'm just painting from my gut,
you know what, I penciled picture and then I can't see it. So that's exactly what I need to learn to do.
oh.
I'm
Okay,
gonna figure out
you're gonna soften this out a little bit, soften that out a little bit.
with water or
Put your
dry brush.
emphasis, yeah, a damp, thirsty brush. If you wanna soften stuff out.
How'd you get 4 radishes?
Did everybody get my link to, the Fingspav Puro watercolor paper?
Yes,
I sent you a, yeah,
Yes,
I sent you a link on that.
thank you.
Got that.
Yeah, it's obviously somebody's ego because it's somebody's name or they thought they were being clever. So,
Another egomaniac on the loose, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Love it.
I would like it so.
Get into the feeling and forget what you're doing.
Well, I was wrong. It was the early game and the Packers are behind.
Oh, John, I think that mine are all the same. I just don't see that this is popping off. These 3 are all the same.
No, you're good. These could just have softer edges. If you start with the water around here.
I did, look.
Yeah, I know, and it dried.
Oh,
Oh, you're okay. Put a little, red in that one.
just a second to wash this. so software.
That's okay. Yeah, that's good.
And to put
Just
a
put a
little,
little bit of this red in here.
Oh.
That'll make that stand out a little bit more.
right.
Are you starting with water? Oh, good.
I'm not done yet, but
Okay,
I
cool.
don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, there you go. So you want this guy to be the star?
Right,
So when that dries a little bit more, just
I'm gonna dark.
lift a little bit of that, make that one more,
Okay,
have a shape to it.
okay, give this more of a shape and this, and
Yeah,
lift some of that.
just push back the other guys a little bit. See, I do that with my darks.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to let the blossoms dry
Okay.
and because I like what's going here.
Uh-huh.
I need this, but I need it in the brown. And then, so when I go in here, it's not time yet to go in here, or do you go in here now?
Yeah, you can go in there now. I
Okay.
just didn't go completely toward the edge. I went up to the edge, but then I colored that edge later on, so it wasn't pure white. I didn't touch it, but you see that?
Oh,
That was white paper, but it was too white.
did you lift this highlight?
Yes,
Oh.
that highlight I lifted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want it darker. Like
Yeah, lifting is just as important. It's just subtracting color as anything else.
I live to subtract. Oh, yeah. It's me in trouble all the time. No,
And I think you would be pleasantly surprised once you put a mat on these. I'll walk around with my magic mat.
Think my trash can's gonna be pleasantly surprised at all the.
oh my gosh.
It is not, I'm copying.
That's very nice. What? This is recipe.
Because of that.
Oh.
Joke.
No, that's not
to do.
Okay, you guys are on lunch break. Please
First one, the
be,
second one.
No,
please
this
be
is
back
it.
by 12:30.
I thought that was her first one and her second one.
See, that makes that pop a little bit more, right?
Because I have yours, it's interesting, that my eye takes better shapes from yours than from reality. I see the shapes better.
Okay, that's what it's all about. I want to put this, are you
Yeah,
done?
yeah, I'm done, thank you.
Okay. Now be thinking at lunch about what you're going to paint this afternoon, because I want you to venture on your own and see if you can apply this to something that you do, your sweet spot. And look in the reference folder, because I put a bunch of stuff in there. Sorry?
And what happens if we don't have a sweet spot?
Well, you've got plenty of reference. Oh. Yeah, I know how that goes.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
I need my darks. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, instead of lines, look at, see, that's a shape right there,
Yeah, that's what, that is the edge in the.
but that's a triangle. That's a triangle.
Okay, yeah.
See what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah, I don't have a triangle.
Yeah, you and I are graphic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
yeah.
means shapes.
Yeah.
That means defined shapes it means more of a posterized, if you will, style.
Mm-hmm.
So I like posterized. You're much more impressionistic. I'm jealous. So I don't paint that way. I have a hard time doing abstracts. But I often thought that abstract with traditional, I don't care what the style is, would be a very cool way to go. In other words, if I took a Franz Klein, the black and white shapes, and I took one of those windows inside of that and I did a watercolor,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that would be kind of cool.
What do you need? A white. You want to do something like so. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
You guys have any questions about this one
Yeah.
or anything besides?
Can I show you my fish just for a second so I can work on it?
Sure, who said that?
Peggy?
Oh, okay, sure. Hang on, let me pin you.
That's just side.
Oh, that works pretty good. You have that nice contrast on the head of the fish and the tail, light and dark going together. The background could be a little softer,
Okay,
but I think you're on the right track.
okay, great, thanks.
Uh-huh.
It's dry.
I have a question. Do you have any examples of this approach being applied to architectural subjects?
Yes, the building is the star.
Okay.
The parking lot, the people, the trees, can all be out of focus. I know I've done architectural renderings before, and it looks like an architectural rendering. So I think you can make it more interesting than that. And that's usually what architects want. It almost looks like it was done a little bit on computer sometimes.
Yeah, okay. And one other question, if for those of us who are kind of slow pokes, can we send you our finished products
Yes,
after the
that's
class
why
and-
that's why I gave you the cluster invitation.
Okay,
Cluster, everybody's a moderator. You can post and you can remove.
okay.
So everyone is a moderator.
Oh,
Because
good.
I have a hard time listening, watching, and then doing something that's so dependent on water content.
No, I agree. I know
I'm the same
exactly what
way.
you're going through, but I'm trying to give you as much information in the time we have allotted as I can.
And you are, you're
You're
succeeding.
doing a great job.
Great job. I'm just not succeeding in painting at the same time.
Well, I know how it goes. That's the reason I'm sending you the recording.
Okay, really, really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mine in the trash can.
On the recording,
No.
do you want to have the password
That looks really good.
on the recording?
Here, let me hold it.
Yeah.
Do you require, I mean, why do you need a password for it?
I don't know. I just copy the invitations.
No, on the recording.
Yeah.
On the setting, you can remove the password requirement, so it'll be easier for people just to click it, because
Well, all they usually have to do is click on the blue link.
And it opens up, right?
on the recording, not on the,
No, I'm talking about the recording.
the ruling require you to put the password in. And sometimes when you
Yeah,
type
you
it
put the
in,
passcode here. You see the
see the
passcode?
passcode,
5894.
you can eliminate that altogether
Yeah.
for future, because
Oh, you know.
No, it's because I
sometimes
went
okay,
down to
it's hard to
I
Yeah.
reworked the
manually
fish
type it
today.
in, sometimes they don't work.
Okay, and it requires passcode.
Okay, then copy and paste the password.
But what she's
Some
saying
people
to
don't know
remove
how
it.
to do
I
it.
know what she's saying.
Yeah, watch recording, but the thing is that it's not everybody knows to cut and paste like the way I would do. I would press this, you see, it does not copy, it's hard.
Okay, no, I get it, but I didn't know that was an option because I never have that issue with my classes.
It's something.
So go to recording,
Did here?
I'll show you how to remove the
Now,
password.
to ask you something, where should I upload my,
See,
for
mine
feedback
just
for the
sticks
group?
out.
But I could not.
Where should I upload my?
I did much better doing it.
See, I don't have where to upload
So I'm
it.
glad I did it twice.
Oh, yeah, that's much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, thank you. So,
That's processing. See, all I do is copy that link.
No,
Me too. And I download it,
I'll
upload.
show you, go to
I
recording
love your links.
on this. It's
Yeah, I am on recording.
Go to manage.
Doorbell.
This right
You
here.
don't have the same thing.
It's these ones.
Oh, you're
leave
not
them
showing all
on
those? What, you just added a few little.
Go to setting,
Yeah. I don't know if you can find that line. Lines are very.
then on the recording, yeah,
Is this?
right there, recording,
I don't know what it is.
just scroll
You
down,
know, it's.
because there will be some place that you can eliminate the password.
You know,
When I
Okay,
say,
it looks
recording,
like
okay.
this is one link.
No, keep going
Yeah.
up.
is it,
If I soften it, then it becomes part of this one.
Okay.
that's.
Meetings and a notification.
Decide which leaves are
Possible inquiry.
Yeah.
Oh, this is meeting.
Automatically, you have to check automatically allow access when.
No,
meeting-
this is for meeting. This is not for the recording. Just scroll down.
Let this painting tell me what it
Team
needs.
chat, keep going.
Yes.
Okay, go to recording. Smart recording.
No, because that is AI.
I've been stalking and stalking and like.
Yours is different.
Sam.
See,
that gives you summaries and
Okay.
everything
Keep going.
else.
Yours is different because when I go to recording and then I go to setting. Okay, wait,
Oh, that's still being processed.
yeah.
That's today, so here's yesterday.
Yep, everyone is different.
Maybe when you say join,
No, it's not. Recording. There's a setting. You can go to the recording setting.
When you set up the meeting,
No,
Yeah.
no, when you do the recording.
this is mine.
No, this is not it. This is the setting is. Go back out. Get back out. Back out one more time.
Here, let me do this. That's already done. No, it's just that. That was yesterday.
Try the setting again. Okay. Recording. Okay, there's one that you can deselect the password requirement. Save recording, smart recording, IP require authentic viewing, recording out, automatic require, okay, right here. Unselect that one. Okay, so there wouldn't be any requirement.
Okay, cool.
Password.
Cool.
It's easier for everybody.
Yeah, okay,
I
cool.
have endless problem with people.
Oh, I know.
Eh,
Did you have any volunteers yet?
See that again?
Guys, know your speaker's on.
Send this to my husband.
I know I'm loving this conversation we're having.
What I got from him is everywhere.
Okay, I get the one that I sent you on Thursday, Friday or Thursday. From Selena.
Selena.
Okay. I see it. Yeah. Okay. This is a cluster.
Oh,
Did you
that is
join
the
that?
cluster. No,
Yeah.
no, let me see.
You can open it and then join.
Yay. Oh, no.
Yeah, join.
Already signed up.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, okay. So I have to go back.
The Packers are still losing.
I'm very good with, I used to teach on that. I
good.
Are
taught-
you a Packer fan?
I have my phone programmed for the game, so.
And
Selena? I have a question for Selena,
Uh-huh, yeah.
because it's technical. So I did the cluster, I put in my email and it said it was gonna send me an email to confirm or something, and it never did, and I looked in my spam. And I asked it to do it again a second time. I checked my email. Any thoughts?
Sometimes I go to deleted files and it's in the deleted for whatever reason. It went automatically in my browser. Sometimes it went to deleted.
I'll tell you
before I
what, when I send out the debrief from the class or workshop today, I will use the cluster invitation again.
Okay, great, thanks.
But if she never got the confirmation, for no reason to.
Well, I can try again.
Yeah, try again, because it
I
shouldn't.
can try
It never asked for confirmation when we signed up.
Right, because I got email and I went to email.
I would have liked to have face. Better.
I'll try again. It even said email sent, you know.
You have the right email?
Well, I checked the email. That's what I said. I went back to my email to make sure it was correctly put in. And then,
Not in spam, not in deleted, not in old. Those are the three places I look for it.
Oh.
For some reason, my browser just put them when I don't get things. It was just like crazy.
join cluster, view group, edit, verify your email. Okay, so let's see. Let me edit my email. It's correct. So it says primary, resend confirmation, email sent. Okay.
How about ask him to text it to a text message?
It doesn't have that option.
Obviously, it's somewhere in your folders, you can find it. Do a major search. It would be from cluster. Just do a search for cluster.
What happens if she shuts her machine off and turns it back on?
That doesn't always work, Barbara.
Okay, cluster, group sharing.
Follow that. That roasty, you know. That looks good for the month. It is. A quarter. You want a quarter of it? Okay, give me a quarter. Understood. No luck?
No,
I'm downloading the app just to make sure.
You can do it in your phone as well. You can download clusters.
Right, that's, so I just put cluster in my,
Is that .com? Cluster dot
as an app.
.cl.
CO
CO.
dot C
Cluster
dot
.co.
CO.
Well, it says photo thing in it. It says photo sharing.
Okay.
Okay. Get started. Create an account.
It's really good, Susie. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who is
Maggie.
Maggie?
Peggy.
Peggy?
Hey, huh? Yep.
You got it?
Not yet. I'm trying to redo it. Let's see.
Peggy's email is Peggy Dunn at Earthling. You know, Earthling is awfully picky. I have
Yeah.
bad experience with Earthling. It wouldn't receive anything. It reject everything that you send to.
Yeah, I don't even know about Earthlink anymore.
Yeah, that's because
This one. Oh, Peggy Dunn. Right
because
here.
of my
That one, yeah.
because of my job prior, I got so many vendor emails that it's got a huge spam filter on it. So
Yeah, that's why. Maybe it was just rejected. It's not an automatic.
but I looked there. I went to, usually it
I just sent you a new invitation.
It's
says,
from Joe.
it's interesting. It says I already have account. I already have an account.
Yeah, because you already did, because you just need to
A login.
verify it.
Could not log in with that password or email. Okay.
Okay. Use your cell phone because cell phone is not the same, so maybe it would work.
What I'm doing.
I have no idea. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this afternoon.
So this is going from the tree animal. This tree has to go in the right direction. So it's. It has to dry and work on it. To find something.
When anything could go wrong, can go wrong, would go wrong.
I know.
Email already exists. Would you like to try logging in with this? Yes.
Because radishes are fun to eat.
So nobody else has problems, so it has to be your Earthling.
As always.
No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful practice.
Oh, that's very nice.
Well,
I want to be.
Jill, am I doing better?
Oh, no, that's good.
First, that's it.
I totally missed that.
All right, Celine, I'll just have my husband look at it. Better.
I did a real grip there.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine.
So I could.
Just don't worry.
Just gotta separate, make that a little darker.
Yes.
Look at your wrist. See how that's a little darker
Yeah.
down here?
I need to
It'll
get that.
separate
I
that.
need to see it.
You already saw it. You did it twice. So.
So the next time I need to,
You saw it.
I'm gonna come to Torrance. I'm gonna do it
She's
again.
gonna come next weekend. I got
Torrance?
the same workshop in Torrance.
You know, there's a video he's gonna send you that.
I
that's
know,
exactly the
but
same thing.
I got to force myself to paint, cause he's down in Torrance, mom's down in.
Oh,
Mount
yeah,
Arthur.
down there.
Joe,
First.
yeah. Joe, did I fix this?
Oh, okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's better, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more defined. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, great, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, it's, I wanted them to undulate.
Undulate.
I wanted them to undulate. That's exactly what I wanted them to do.
Yeah. Too long, too big.
Time. When are we coming back from lunch?
12:30.
Oh, okay.
10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
I think.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're doing it.
Okay.
Gonna work. Oh.
I'm about ready to give up. He comes over the frame. Smart move. I wanted to undulate.
I'm saying crop, crop, crop.
Why not?
Is there anything I could do to save it? Maybe lift or?
I would put some interest over here. See how this is kind of a shape?
Yeah.
I would make this, I could make this darker under here,
Okay.
Which is a
a little bit darker. Let me get Nemo.
This is your last. Magenta is the needle. I can't. I can't.
This. Darker.
See, I gave the side of shade.
And unify this, not so much
Yeah.
detail.
Right. It's not about this, it's about
Right.
that. So this just suggests there's a plant back there. That's all.
Okay, that's too big. Okay, I got it.
Not done yet. I still need to put the dark in there.
I'm not so sure.
You're not sure?
Oh, you're talking about these guys? Yeah, just a little bit around this area.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's the says, yeah,
See?
yeah.
See this dark right here?
Yeah,
That's all I did.
I know, but that's not easy. That's not easy. They, oh, wait, wait.
Just draw some lines that you want for these stems coming out,
Okay,
and then do some negative painting.
Where do you have this?
Showed us a painting yesterday, these lemons with purple shadows. You remember that was at the very beginning of the class, you were going through a whole bunch of pictures. Was that one of your paintings?
With purple shadows?
Yeah, it's beautiful purple shadows,
What was it?
just lemons,
Just one?
lemons.
Lemons?
A still life, just.
Oh, lemons. I
Yeah.
put those in cluster. No, I didn't paint that, but
Oh. Oh, it's in cluster, okay.
yeah, it's in cluster. So if you're deciding what to paint, I put some things in there that I thought communicated what I'm talking about. And it's in the cluster folder. Someone just asked me about the lemons. So I put a lot of these things in there that are either photos or representative of what I'm trying to communicate. And I think you're talking about, whoops, I don't see it. Whoops. Let me put this guy away. You were talking about this one, probably. Let me go to reference. Let's see. I thought for sure I put that in cluster.
There it is.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
that one.
beautiful. Yeah. I
yeah,
like that.
you can paint that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like the purple on the.
I don't
lemons.
think it's in the right folder for you. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it on my desktop
Okay.
and go back to our folder
Okay.
and post it.
Mhm.
So this, if you want to post something, I just went to my gallery. I just went to whatever my folder is, and this is your folder,
Mhm.
the wet dry combo. So I'm up in the upper right hand corner. I'm on a desktop or a laptop. So I click on post, add photos, and then I drag a photo from my desktop
Mhm. Yeah.
over there, upload photo. This is how you post your artwork. And then back to album, and there it is.
Yeah. Great, thank you.
So I just added that to your folder. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody wants to paint that? Or your own camera roll. You can add stuff to this. You know, if you want to try to paint the trees like we did with the spatter, here's a great tree for that. When we're painting the forest, I'm going to paint this one this afternoon. You can paint these. This is perfect. So this guy's blurred out a little bit, except for maybe the head. And this guy's in focus. Does that make sense? And the grapes, just take a crop out of the grapes. I picked this one because I love the red, purple, and the green together. You can always paint green. Grapes are a good one for this in and out of focus for this look.
Ask you how to do name on this Android.
It's pretty good. Look at it upside down. And then you can't tell it's a fish. No, you look at it upside down. Then you can see the shape better. Doesn't look like a fish anymore. You don't look at it this way if you're having trouble seeing the shape. Turn it upside down.
Is it good?
Yeah, you're pretty good. It's thin up here, comes to a point kind of with it squared off, and it's thicker in the back. So this can be bigger back here. Yeah, there you go. Just like that. See, it's big back here and smaller up in front. And it's a triangle. That's all it is, a rounded corner triangle. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the kitchen.
Still can't handle the radishes. You're done.
There you go.
Handle the radishes.
That's pretty good. Once again, these should be more out of focus.
So I can put water on this edge.
I
It's
know,
still
but
wet.
it's still too hard.
Still too hard.
Yeah, don't you see a big
No, I do.
contrast?
I couldn't figure out
That's
how to get this guy in.
that's the reason I paint the water at the first. And sometimes when you paint that water first.
Yeah.
To make those out of focus parts of your painting.
Yeah.
The water dries too fast.
Yep.
So you gotta be ready to go to start painting. When you first apply that water. And just after you apply the water, that's gonna be the blurriest. It's gonna be the most wet and wet, blurred out, buzzed out.
Yeah, that's not it. Joe?
That's great.
Yeah, that's the only one that doesn't make me want to puke.
Well, you're ahead of the game. You know, not all these are gonna turn out. Well,
Not
it's
all of these
it's a piece of paper. That's all it is. It's a piece of paper.
You know, I love the spatter idea. I love it. Love, love, love it.
It could spatter, when in doubt, spatter.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. It kind of glues everything together.
Well, it takes you away from the necessity of doing a background of some kind, or,
Yeah,
you know.
it makes it artful.
Yes.
Doesn't look like a photo.
Now, if I can only keep it off the walls. Oh.
Very nice.
Not bad.
Very nice.
I'm still not happy with this, but. I have to think about it.
It has to think about it, so.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Let me see up close. Without your, believe yourself, please. Dry. It's wet. So I don't want to tip it. You know, the only thing I would suggest. it's, distinguish a little bit more, like, just like the green with a fine regular. And gives me some draw, some.
How should I
senses in the
start
outline.
this? Should I start
Not-
this like the
not
regular sheets
everywhere.
to put just the?
Maybe like.
Well, you remember what we're doing this for?
The way it.
Is put
tells,
what
yeah,
clear
oh,
water
Yeah, because it's.
to make that out, paint the out of
Too wet.
focus stuff. So don't paint the fish,
Okay.
just paint the background. Okay, I'm gonna try this and you guys can try anything you wanna try. I'm gonna start with a low horizon. And I see I have a big mass here, so this is a diagonal coming in. I want my center of focus to be in this area, right here. So I'm gonna put a diagonal pointing down to it, that's this tree line. And I've got kind of a joggy pattern here. And that's also a diagonal pointing toward this hot spot, if you will. And then I've got this light. So I don't really have to sketch that in, but I've got that light coming down. Then I've got this big, long triangle. It's another triangle. So there's kind of my, and I've got these bushes coming down here and they get smaller as they get closer. I've got this big tree leaning over some other trees. Got a tree back here. That's really all I kind of need. Make that a little more interesting shape. I've got this nice shaft, this blue background. I'm going to try to incorporate that into this blue reflection. And that is my wonderful sketch. I want to make sure I keep this shaft of light coming down through here, all the way through. And now that I've said all that, I am going to go get some water. Although what I have isn't bad, it's red, so that would be a nice complement to the green. Row of bushes. That's enough. In fact, I'm going to leave my dirty water. I'm going to definitely use gravity to make it move. I'm going to try to put my palette over here. Get rid of this red because I want to start off with some blue. Again, please, if you're not into landscapes, and a lot of people aren't, just paint your heart. Paint what you're interested in. I'm anxious to see that actually. See if it, see if you got anything out of this, see if I communicated. So I am going to paint, this is my clear water. It's going to be tainted a little bit, but that's going to be my clear water. Supposedly, I'm just doing this for your benefit.
Thank you.
I want that to be a little bit brighter, but there we go. So here's my Here's my blue sky. I'm going to take that all the way down. And I'm going to do a lot of water in here in those trees. But I'm going to leave some white dry space.
Here. In between the trees, you're leaving the dry space? I'm sorry.
I'm not painting trees. I'm painting an abstract painting.
Okay, I see.
I'm going to leave that area light or white. I want that to be paper. I already covered up part of that. And again, I'm using a clear water. I mean, I'm tinting it so you can see it, but basically, this was my first wash. It's a clear water, so there we go. So that means right away I can start putting in some of these beautiful trees. And I want those to be blurry. I'm just using a green that happens to be on my palette. I don't want that one to be blurry. These other guys can be blurry. I'm going to use some orange in there. Yeah, why not? I'll make it a little autumny. Look at that. Look at it paint itself. Put some of that over here. Painting itself. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'll make that a little greener. Too blue. Maybe not. I'll try it. That's not bad. I've got some trees coming up over here. I want that to be a hard edge tree. Look at the other trees, how they're painting themselves. I'm gonna leave some rocks over here. It's so fun to watch watercolor paint itself. A la Anita Engel.
Okay, okay.
I take advantage of this while it's still wet. I keep with that green kind of sorta.
That's first.
Now I'm going to start adding some orange because I want this to be more autumny. Well, I kind of like to start. Painting itself, huh? I want a fairly bright, deep green. I'm gonna make it a pretty bright green. I want that to be right back here. I could almost be sitting on a rock
And letting it.
across from this, watching it paint itself. I'm lifting. I'm still painting, except I'm subtracting. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I think that's a halfway decent start. I left white paper. That looks landscapey to me.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm going to use a big round brush while this is still here.
Oh, it needed water first.
I want to put some darks in here while it's still damp. Damp is the best, most fun for me to paint.
Where did I put the one down here? Someone would be putting it on top. It's just that. Yeah, down here. You just go down here. I just.
All this stuff that looks dark now is not going to be that dark.
I think your idea of the colored water is a good thing. You can see where you're going.
All this stuff is just gonna mix mingle. In fact, while I'm doing this, I do not want to spatter down here necessarily, so just gonna do this. Dark. I said autumn, so. I think I've got a good mix of hard and soft edges, but I gotta let this cook for a while before I can go back into it.
That's the problem. Not enough water.
Kind of looks tree-y. Little detail without actually painting it. Taking advantage of the wet and the dry. I don't have to do too much more to that. I think I've already kind of captured it. We'll see. Don't forget gravity. Don't forget when you paint watercolor, it needs to be at an angle.
Joe, this is Sandra. I have to go and show property, but I got everything. I got the recordings. And
Oh,
thank
great.
you very, very much, so much, okay?
Oh,
And-
sure. I'll send a recording.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
That would be nice.
See, I'm just indicating a lot of stuff. I'm not actually painting things. I'm just painting shapes.
Joe, would you show me how to do the fins here with the brush, the fan brush.
The fan?
Yeah, I think that she has it. It will be.
So you need, here, come on up. You need some paint. You need a regular palette, like even if it's a small one.
Should I bring this painting or should I bring my painting?
So here's the fan brush. Here's another fan brush.
Can you do it here, the fan?
Can I do it on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see how it works. Yeah, there you go. So I'm just gonna take it like this and go, see that? See that?
That maybe it's too wet. You said that.
That'll work. See, I've got that little, you know, you can put a little bit of it in, just turn it. Well, that's probably too wet, but
I do is,
here, do it.
this is too much pen. I need a smaller pen.
No, here. So I'm gonna take it like this and then I'm just gonna turn it. Too much paint. That was too much paint, too wet. You gotta have it fairly dry so it stays splayed out. See, I can just turn it. See, that's gonna give me the edge. There you go. A little bit more paint. That's too wet probably to, it's gonna blend together. You want this contrast. See, that looks like a fan. I mean, that looks like the
And what's to do on it? It will be like brownish. Maybe brown here. Brown spots like this. Is this okay?
yeah,
And
it'll work. Now you learned something. The pan brushes all come in different sizes. Small, medium, or large, of course.
Joe,
Yes.
that's me.
Yeah, whatever you did is better.
I like it.
Yeah, good.
I mean, I don't think it's great, but I think that's more in the direction.
It's all a learn. As long as you learn something, that's all I care about. Every time you paint, every time I paint, I learn something.
Joe, can I show you my radishes? This is
Sure.
Debbie.
Oh, look, I'm gonna. Oh, it's
Every
too
time
late. I
paint,
should have.
learn how much I don't know.
I should have let that run down. Hang on. Oh, look at that radish. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It gets a little bit too dark for me at the top. Up in here. It's kind of distracting me for the contrast. So maybe it's a little bit greener or it's a little bit, or this leaf right here.
I don't know.
If you
where
can
it
see
is.
me, maybe that's more value.
Here,
Maybe that's a little bit darker, which will take away that contrast.
okay.
So let me see the bottom again. Yeah, and what you need is that dark right here. You need it under here.
I don't know.
And
where
just
it
to
is.
highlight that guy. Okay.
I don't know where
Cool.
under here is.
Oh, behind that middle radish
Uh-huh.
is a little dark.
Okay, lighten it up.
Yeah, it's
this
just a
one
little
here,
darker
this one
so
here?
that highlights, that contrast will make that middle radish pop a little bit more.
Okay, so this one here is the one.
Well, just under, it's a shadow.
Right, okay,
Yeah, it's like a shadow.
okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh, sure.
And and also, if I get to the, what do you think of this for, you can't really see it, but,
Let me pin you again. Oh, yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, paint that.
okay,
So the back, remember the in focus, out of focus.
right. Wet the spaces
But,
around and let
but,
the flower dry.
yeah, but a couple of those petals can go off into blur.
Right,
Because so what you're trying to do is make it pop, but you don't want it to look like it was cut out and pasted on.
right, got it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Thank you, good advice.
Hey, that looks like autumn with, I cannot tell how many brush strokes. I can't even tell what kind of brush I used. That's pretty cool.
This is two coach urban sketches. You wanna know more about it?
You have only one? What? Yesterday you said about two people, one about.
Well, the other person is, the textures online.
Okay, yeah, and that one fits to that. Okay. Yeah.
Do you mind if we could take phone number?
No,
So,
so the brushes for watercolor and for acrylic are the same.
it depends on the brush. Yeah, it's water media, because I buy some acrylic brushes that are longer, they're not stiff. You can, it's water media. Just because it says watercolor on there doesn't mean it's necessarily so. And 20 to 19, and of course they wait till the last minute of the game.
The last minute.
I'm telling you, it's I don't know why do they torture their fans?
That's why I keep you coming.
Oh my God. Okay, I think the part down here is dry enough. I'm still going to use a bigger brush. And start putting in some of these shapes, which are kind of a olivey, drabby green. So I'm going to use some gamboge. And I'm going to use some cobalt. Well, let's see how that works. I want to define this sandbar coming out here. So I'm just going to go down like this and then over and leave a few highlights. So that's defining that sandbar, and it comes all the way over to here. Kind of, sort of. I can go back and I can adjust little things later on. Same color on the other side, a little gamboge. I'm using a little cobalt blue just to make it kind of a I want that to be a little darker down here. Hello? I know. No, I'm teaching. And they missed a field goal. Oh, oh well. Yeah, I know. Yep. Okay. I'll see you later. Yeah. They blocked a field goal
And,
to win the game.
oh, and that's unusual. The block field, who won? The Packers?
Yep.
But I would say it's difficult to block a field goal. Happened last week.
Excuse my distraction. I'm still painting, so let me alone. I need a brighter blues here, so I think that might be too much, but let's see. I can always wipe it off. No, that's about right. I want some blue around here.
So I'm gonna head out because we get these house guests, which are,
Oh, good. Okay,
and
cool.
once it's dry,
Yeah,
I'll go back in.
yeah.
The sandbars. Should I lift this to leave the sandbar or just go back in and,
Just go back in.
okay,
See, I'm squeezing this light from the sides here.
that's really, you'll send us this.
Yeah, I'll send you the finish on it,
Great.
and it's being recorded, so no worries.
Wonderful. It's really. It's. That's my start. Yeah, I've got to get back to the test, but I told him I had. But it was, that's just the way it is.
Oh, yeah, you are very loose.
I am very loose. And it'll dry and it'll settle.
Blossom. Just killing everything. Yeah, it is awesome. Yes, when you want it dark.
Oh, trees. Trees. Yeah, so this will finish it off, I think. I'm just gonna use something a little dark. Now, I don't want those trees to start appearing until uh, those are hidden by the
Is the best to you.
okay. Mark Foley's favorite brush,
Which is that?
the rigger.
clean water.
Got enough water? You need more
No, just
water.
put clean water in there.
No, I don't think it was. If it's a used water.
No, it was cool. I dumped my used water, used water. You empty it every time? No,
And I keep mine.
I
don't
kind
empty
of do,
them.
because I kind of like clean. But that's this stuff, the spray bottle has to be.
Too much contrast over here.
Doesn't look anything like that.
I think I'll keep that light over here.
It really works. Got to bring the bin for the water. It's yours. You put another link. I will can walk it. I need my, let me walk it. Yeah. Thank you. Needs to go. Are you leaving? Huh? Are you leaving? Yeah. Pacific, live early today. Right. Did you get the other one? Because you gave me two. It's not just the one, right? Oh, yeah, not the just one. Get mine to be unchecked. Like the flat brush, this is a number 1.5. 1.5. So if you could get 2/3, a little bit bigger and a little bit smaller. It's 1.5. More dark. You like when? Yeah, oh. Always something I.
Life is a friend.
No, I know.
I can't do it.
I'm just trying to figure out
I can't either.
how I'm going to get him in because all of this is decided to.
What is the one that he gave you? The pen. The pen brush? Yeah. I want to do this again. This is bigger. If you do this. It's one. It's a one. One. See. It's too big. I want a smaller.
I would throw something.
I will look at Michael's.
But you're not.
Look at Michael's.
It's a received fast go.
But I'm gonna be back in a minute to get the rest of it. But thank you, and I'm so happy I was able to, this is a great.
Oh, thanks, Paul.
I'll be back. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, somebody tell me how do you get a light? Really, really shared peak. I don't know how to kind of frustrate. Where are you on the light? I just going in to be a sheer. Keywords. We were over and. Well. Yeah, don't pull from there, pull from here. Question. I'd love to do anything but what I'm doing. Yellow ochre? Anything. No, take what you can. Right? Mr. John, because this is the strong. You're gonna watch out. Right? And then you follow just a little like this.
Is that the old one?
And we're gonna play watch.
What's that?
I'm frustrated with her. Yeah. Okay, I'm going like this. So I guess this one fits first now. No, I pulled from here. But you don't have that here. Okay, but you've got to go, see this, so. I can continue, but what you want is. So if you want a painting. Mine isn't going where it shouldn't take any information from me.
Hopefully, you do this? Oh, yeah. See, colors?
Come on, Barb. Dark. Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm exhausted every day.
So. That you put through this one. It's not enough darks. Or darks.
Almost done.
It's done. What time is it? It's done.
Beautiful.
What time is it? 1:20. 1:20, thank you.
Yeah, one.
Oh, you just screwed it up.
Totally on the.
Oh, do you? Thank you.
If I could come to Torrance, I will, but
Oh,
as
okay.
far as I know, I'm free, but you never know.
I know.
Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Stacy. Did you ever think about my idea about paying? You know, I did, but what happened is that the return, sometimes people don't use the same phone.
Sometimes you just have to do this before you can actually see if you have anything. I'm gonna clean this up just a tad.
Now that,
Yep. That'll work. Gonna make that a little brighter. Draw you in maybe a little bit.
and I need to pick to the post office. I have this 2 CDs and I have to return them, right? But it's not what it's time, and I talked to the post office. I said, is there some, we just don't have enough to have a seal saying nonprofit or whatever. And I'll keep on looking, but they don't mind paying it. It used to be like 275, 350. Now it's up to 575.
That's why I can't do it.
Hmm?
I can't do it.
Now, what's Selena and I do is when we meet, I'll bring it. Or she comes to my house. She lives in Westlake. I live in Southfield.
You live
And
in
then
Boston.
there's some people, you know, I know where they work. They'll call me. I'll take them when you come to work. We'll arrange our time.
Then I want to go.
I'm in Van Nuys.
DVD.
Huh?
I'm in Van Nuys.
No, I come to them now because, yeah, mom lives in Long
Did you let me know? Were you there?
Trying to run him down there. I come through, whatever your address is, I can't promise you right away. But just like right now, I'm up here for the workshop, but I'm going back tonight because, you know,
That's
we have
quite
a
a trip for
caregiver.
you, isn't it?
DVDs, we have a caregiver, but I have a place, at least they don't have to drive back and forth.
like I did, it's much better, so I just come up,
I could put a deer in there. I could put something in there. If I wanted.
Actually thought that's what those were.
Yeah, that's my deer.
Out to Woodland Hills.
These are very fun for me to paint because you can change it. You can get away with a lot of stuff.
That's right, let me get my camera.
I'll let you know, I'll email you.
And that's using wet, dry combo. You saw me start that. Was nothing but a big bunch of puddles.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really beautiful, Joe.
The last time Norma she would do the others that Joe send me the list. She wanted to learn more and she.
Oh, I
email
gotcha.
me.
Yeah.
And she said.
Yeah, I like
"Don't
to,
do
I
that."
like to use those sometimes.
Sorry, I'm.
Try a white one.
I have white, yeah.
Oh, thank you. So this was the inspiration and then this is the finish. So of course I made it more fall-ish. And I quieted some places where I didn't need it and I emphasized some other places where I thought it was applicable.
That's so glad
So-
for you.
Anyway, where is my white? What did I do with my white?
You think what thing?
I'm gonna mix up one little color. We're gonna use that yellow.
I said it's not easy for you.
Gonna put that right here.
I
Yep.
lost my brush.
Just a one little stroke. And yes, I could spatter, I could do all that, but I'm not. I kind of like it crisp. It's a crisp autumn afternoon. How about that?
Very nice.
Today, I think.
Okay, let me take a picture of that.
Sure.
Joe. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll see ya.
Oh, okay.
Susie, bye-bye.
Leaving us, Susie?
Huh?
Here, you can do the real one.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good one. Yeah. Last done. Thanks for the last. No, I'm glad you know. I can never tell you last time I shared with Joe, but but it's one of those things. There's so much. I have the time and I could figure it out. So I will see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Good to see you again.
Bye. You're having a good time, aren't you?
So I'm taking Q&As,
What's Q and A?
questions and answers.
Hey, I got attention deficit.
I was thinking
ADD.
you're giving me.
I can't do initials.
You can't do what?
Initials.
Initials?
Yeah, Q and A are initials.
Oh,
I can't.
oh, okay. So I guess you won't understand my FAQ list.
So Joe, you can tell me if I improved my radishes.
Okay. Show and tell. So once again, you see I got this kind of vertical shaft, but I squeezed it right here. That's the most contrast. Yes, I do have some contrast here, but it's pointing me over this way. And I have my autumn and a little bit of autumn just to connect it. And the greens are all just made up, but I wanted this dark foundation because that's all usually in shadow. And then all you really have to do is just put in a few little things that look like something, weeds, trees, etc. And you could even put a deer over here if you wanted, or some ducks or whatever. I don't know. It just watercolor is rewarding for me because it gave me stuff that I didn't see in here in the photo. I mean, it just started, painting itself more and more. So Anyway, let me get out of that. Go back to here. Oh, there she is.
You want to see it piece by piece, maybe?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
there's-
see, that's less contrast. So it was just a little bit too much before.
Did I fix the?
So that leads down to your radish.
Eye?
And I like your spatter a lot.
Well,
Don't forget when you spatter, you can always not just from the top, you can always kind of swipe at it and it will give you an elongated spatter.
okay.
And watch, don't wear your good pants.
I
So
was just gonna say it'll also get paint on my laptop.
yeah, I know.
Speaking of which, there's
Yeah,
paint
my
on
key-
my laptop.
My keyboard shot. It looks like it's been in a flood.
No, no, no.
It comes off pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
See, instead of making it more shaped, just.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was a great class and I'm gonna. do
Oh,
that-
good.
I'm
I'm
gonna
glad.
do
I
that
hope
yellow
I hope you guys
flower.
got something out of it.
I'll do that yellow flower and if it turns out well, I'll send it, would I put it in the cluster or just send it to you?
Just post it on Cluster.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all your posts, everyone.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you, Deb. Bye-bye.
Joe, should I put a little bit more dark the body here? I think.
No, not the body, back here. You want the fish to show up. How do you make something lighter that's already dark?
That's
Something dark next to it.
You gotta put dark next to it, yeah. So if you can't lift anymore, or it's just not working, you have your choice, because what's happening is your background and your star are too close in value.
Yeah.
But you wanna make sure that your brush is.
Is this okay if I put?
Yeah, but make a shape out of it. Don't just outline it.
Like
if that's a
this?
rock back there, make it a rock, or make it something. But if you're doing making something lighter with something darker around it, don't just outline it.
As opposed to.
I mean, put a shape behind it.
Too much.
I didn't see your beginning.
Well, it's recorded.
I know, but look.
Yeah,
Okay. I just think different.
you're okay. Just let it dry and then make less strokes.
Yeah,
nice.
that's
There.
what, that's what I
Thanks.
tried to do.
I thought the
Just
purple would
make
be a
less
good idea.
strokes.
Good
Yeah,
idea,
that's for
actually,
sure.
you need more of it. as
Well, I think
opposed to-
it's
yeah.
too wet right now, but I
Yeah.
think I need to go
You did more pigment.
make it more to the gray
Good for
side.
you.
What?
You attempted.
Yeah. This.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
I think,
you're on your way. Good.
yeah. But I think I need to do
Nice.
much.
Yeah.
I'm putting it down.
Yeah, don't just outline it. Make
Right.
it.
No,
rock.
it's at the.
Yeah.
It's in the,
Make a rock or
so I have to
something
wait
out of
until
it.
it.
Well, this is an advancement.
But it's much better than this one. I think that is better than this one. here.
That's not bad.
No, no, it looks good.
I worked it in.
Yes, much better.
That's better than the other ones I did.
Yes, good. You learned something.
Oh.
So.
Great.
That's why I
When
couldn't
when is the next one
because it's
here at
better than
this
what it
location?
was.
Because I cannot wait.
I gave you a card.
Well, I know I have a car, but you have a plan.
Pause it.
No, I don't have anything scheduled because till the end of the year, it's nuts.
It's.
Oh, what's this?
You're shy.
You don't live in the fire zone. You don't live in the fire area.
No, I live in Thousand Oaks. I have lived in a fire area. I have been evacuated. When the Reagan Library was on fire, I was evacuated. Anything that starts in Simi comes our way. And then hopefully it misses us and goes straight to Malibu. Which it has several times. Can you believe that? Yeah,
What
like-
about when the lion escaped?
Yeah.
All right, this time I've got to clean my brushes.
Joe, can I have you look at mine so I know when to stop?
Oh, it went
Debbie,
out.
you just walked out.
It's-
This is Peggy.
May I leave that there for a second?
Yeah,
please?
it went out. He'll be back.
Let's clean brushes, because otherwise, clean brushes. I'm not gonna clean my pan because I'm gonna, these colors again. I'm gonna know where they came from.
It's back.
He's back.
Hey,
Hi there.
hi.
Does anybody have any questions? Peggy, do you have any questions? Connie?
Do I stop?
Oh, okay. Hey, good. You tried it. Cool. So yes, you have atmospheric perspective, and you can define a couple of these trees up in the closer area. They get to me, leave these alone.
This, this,
And I would make,
this
I would-
side or this side?
yeah, the left side. Yeah, that side. No, the other side. Yeah, you can put a tree overhanging, a real tree, because that brings it to the front. And
Okay.
also hold it back a little bit. See the bottom? The bottom you can gradate. So that's about a 20 or 30% value at the bottom, and leave this white, all this contrast go up in the middle. But
So
it's like a
we
row. It's
leave
like
this
yeah,
and then-
leave that alone, but gradate the bottom.
down here,
So it goes from a dark to light,
okay?
but
So-
don't,
Dark-
20 or 30% in value.
So it's darker along the edge down below.
It
and
gets
so-
darker at the bottom and goes to white at the top.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that leads you into the picture.
Okay, good. I'm
Okay,
good.
cool. Connie, do you have any questions?
No, I mean, I just have a bunch of stuff that's
Oh,
started
nice.
and not done.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, cool. So all you need is that fan brush. If you have one, to put those stripes, those lines in, and that.
Right. Well, I was thinking of trying to fix, I was gonna increase the contrast over here though, put some dark in. Maybe do a little more, I was gonna do a little more everywhere, actually.
Yeah, that's fine, but your fish is good.
And then, again, just started.
Oh, okay, a good start. A very good start. You've got the star of the show nice and crisp. So,
And this one, I'm starting to put in a little more emphasis in places.
yeah, and a little spatter would help.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
so I'll try and post them if and when I finish them. Hopefully, finish them soon.
Yeah, cool.
So the sections to get paint.
From here.
Hmm?
It never occurred to me to go to the produce section to get things to paint. Yeah, I think I'm done. And it's been fun to do the landscape.
That is amazing.
140.
And actually, I do have a question on this one. I ended up outlining this, which I don't like. I didn't mean to do that. Is there a
Okay, let me go back to you.
Okay.
I don't think I want to see it.
What happened to my here. No, you're okay. Just put some random spatter in there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, I see what you say about the outline. You can just,
See, like this one looks like an outline, and this to me looks like 5 separate leaves instead of a single leaf.
okay, just take a little water and blend them together a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording unless I'm done demoing. So I'm going to stop the recording, okay?
drop off.
Okay.
Thank you.